Hello everyone, It
Hello.
is Black and Beech.
Beach and
Black on the sofa. We used to do these in lockdown and when we met a few
Before.
years ago, and we haven't done one for years, and as I have the beach in the house, we thought we'd just
the beach is not leaving the house. For the record.
we thought we'd just do a little video. So we were having a talk about what to do, and the last time we did one, Louise was saying she would never write her memoir because her mum was still alive and she would wait till she had passed away.
She still is alive.
Yeah, she still is alive. But lo and behold, she's not just written a memoir, and we have seen it in shops in Scotland. It's available in Scotland. It's been out for how long now?
It's just past its year anniversary. Happy birthday,
Yes,
Memoir.
and it started as an audiobook as Daffodils.
2 years ago, yes.
Can you still buy it as Daffodils?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
But then you've got the paperback as 18 seconds.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know. And to see it in the works in Scotland, I'm in Scotland, people. Go and buy me.
And in Waterstones.
Of course.
So that was
And yours was in Waterstones.
It was, which really surprised me because I'm an old title. I'm
Oh,
a back title. I'm 7 years old, but as people who know
I
my
don't think
story,
memoirs age because they're a slice of real life, so I just don't think they age. I think they're timeless. I think we'll always pick. Demi Moore's memoir is possibly older or as old as yours. Still contemporary.
well, sadly, the topics that we
And
both...
you're just like Demi Moore.
Oh, of course. The topics that we both write about, I write about sexual violence and recovery from sexual violence and resilience is always relevant. And you write about, tell us what you write about your memoir.
My memoir is about my mother's suicide attempts. There were many, but the main being...
Great opening chapter.
Yes, the opening chapter has the line from my sister when she rang me on the telephone and said, "Mum's jumped off the Humber Bridge." And I knew that line would hopefully
gets
keep
me.
people reading.
Yeah, it does.
So it explores suicide, but when the suicide and the depression is a family member rather than just yourself, which is kind of a different angle, isn't it? Somebody else going through it. But it does explore similar themes to yours: childhood abuse, domestic abuse, a narcissistic mother.
And care system.
Care system, in and out of the care systems. Children reading our care records to get the information.
What wasn't redacted? Because a lot of it was redacted, which was a bit strange, wasn't it?
It's more redacted than it is words.
Yes.
There's more of a mystery than there are answers.
Will you ever be allowed to read the whole thing without the redaction?
No, because sadly, the reason it's redacted is if somebody's name's in there who hasn't given permission, and those people are probably all gone now.
And those are the people that you want to hear from.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, there's Alfie.
That's Alfie.
Unless the cat's learned how to bark.
That's our co-presenter. He likes to just, let us know that he's around. So, obviously you've written tons of fiction books, and there's a new one coming soon in September, Lights Out, which I have read and is fabulous. What was the difference writing a memoir?
I felt like I was kinder to myself. I'm very strict when I write fiction. That, it's bum on seats, write for 5 hours, unrelenting, I'm a strict mistress. But when I was writing the memoir, if it was a difficult segment, chapter, scene, and I didn't feel up to it that day, I was kind to myself. And I just thought, you're not up to this, Louise. This is not fiction. This is you. And I would let myself have the day off if I had to. And also I was kind to myself afterwards. I know you said this about your memoir. I did what I call nice things after I finished writing it. And people might laugh. Those nice things were like watching Reality Housewives or eating something I enjoy or
taking care of yourself.
Yeah.
So it must have been more, I'm imagining, more emotionally draining, or it took you to a different place inside when you wrote your memoir?
Yeah. Do you know what? It's almost like when I was writing, not to find the memories, but hoping maybe some of the memories I didn't have would come. Now, it's almost hard to remember writing it. I haven't buried it. I don't mean that. When I try and think back to me in that office writing that book, I don't know if you get this. It's a little bit mysterious, like, gosh, did I really do that? Yeah. What was that like? What must I have looked like when I was sitting there pouring it out and crying a lot as I wrote and getting all these feelings out? Maybe I haven't even thought about that fully yet.
Interesting. For me, I always feel like I vomited my book. Once I made the decision to write it, literally the words appeared and I was just like this crazy woman just sitting at my Mac just writing, and it was like 8 weeks. It just was done.
Vomiting is such a good word.
Like a train. It's like a train that I was speeding out of control and I couldn't slow
One of those
down.
where when I'm writing fiction, I'm a bit tidier and I punctuate better and I think harder. But yes, with this one, it was almost like sometimes the sentences didn't make sense, and I think I'll worry about that later. Just get it down.
Yeah. For me, I just wanted to put my story down, and then I thought, oh, that's about 80,000 words. That could be a book, and then it was a book. So yeah.
But no, there is no time limit, and everybody sort of should read Madeline's Unbroken. If she hadn't written Unbroken and I hadn't met Madeline,
Yes.
I probably would have. I really don't know if I'd have written the memoir because you encouraged me to.
We'd never have met though either.
If we hadn't,
I read Maria and the Moon, and I felt that was a memoir fictionalized.
Yeah.
And I suggested that to you, and you said, "Aye."
it was the closest thing I'd ever written to a memoir without being a memoir.
I thought it revealed stuff about you that you didn't want to put to your name, but you made characters with similar experiences.
Yeah, probably. There are certain scenes in that book that I found very hard to read aloud. And I remember I did read one segment, and there's a lovely blogger called Joanne Robertson who's been a big supporter and a blogger over the years. And I was at a book event and I was reading it, and I managed to read it, and when I looked up she was in tears, and I thought, she's felt what I'm feeling while reading this, and I thought that's quite powerful.
And we did an event together, I think, with a Consent Collective.
Yeah.
And I had to finish it for you.
You did, I couldn't say the last word.
It. Aww.
That was nice. She finishes my sentences. That's why she knows what they are, to be fair, because it could be anything with me.
Well, I wish I could write books like you write. But
no, but you do your activism, you're changing lives. I mean, you changed mine,
and with your memoir, you said my memoir, triggered you to write yours. But now you will support people in facing their childhoods, looking at their past, knowing that you can go on and have a great life, you can recover. I think that's what it's all about, isn't it?
It is, and I get so many messages, wonderful messages, long messages, painful messages, kind of thanking me for writing it and telling me things that they haven't told people.
And absolutely.
It's mad. If somebody had told me 10 years ago that would happen, I would have.
So it's great for you to put your story down, but then I always believe in the power of sharing stories and look with the ripple effects of what that does. Because it was me hearing someone else's story that made me think I could speak or I could write my story. And now, I've got a fabulous woman who might be watching this, Debbie Fanning, who in the post about a year ago today sent me her story. She's written her book. And her therapist suggested she watch my TEDx and read my book, and now she's written her own book. So she will now go on to inspire people as well. So it's a massive
It's a domino, just carries on and on and on. And we were talking yesterday when we watched in, the Tattooist of Auschwitz, didn't we? In like 2 goes. Gosh, we needed to calm down after that.
It was a bit heavy going.
And that's about storytelling and telling people stories, isn't it? And what we share, what we don't share. And it made me realise that I might not be done with telling true stories.
Okay.
I may not be.
So there's a memoir part 2.
I don't know if it would be that, but
there
are other family stories. Yeah, and the idea of, I told Sean's story in This Is How We Are Human, and my granddad's story, and there's a real honour in telling someone's story like that. And I feel like...
So watch this space.
I might not be done with true stories.
Oh, that's good to know. Well, that's a good place to end it, I think.
Okay, watch this space, watch your stories.
So it's goodbye from me.
And goodbye from me, Madeline Black, and
Louise Beech, Black and Beech.